Good to see you guys.
Jordan, have you watched the entirety of the Super Bowl?
One time. How's it?
Thoughts?
It was cool. I was like, yeah, it's cool.
Jordan, you've always been very vocal about your support with Nick Sirianni. How would you explain to someone who doesn't really see all behind-the-scenes stuff that he does, what he means to the team?
You know, I always go back, when I think of Nick Sirianni and the growth that he has shown, I mean, I look at my growth first, but I also see coach's growth. And I think about that time, his first press conference, or second press conference, when he talked about the flower. And now I just want to give him his flowers. I mean, he's done a phenomenal job. Phenomenal job building the culture of this locker room. And it's no surprise that he got a, multi-year contract? Does anybody know what it was worth?
Not yet.
Just want to know. I'll just ask him, but
Multi-millions.
But, you know, I'm not surprised. All the scrutiny that he's gotten, and to be able to come back every year and preach the message, but also correct his mistakes and show accountability. He's always me first, then you. And when you have a coach who allows even the players, it's not coaching-led. He says too, it's not coaching-led, it's player-led. He gives us our space to be able to create that culture as well. And we feed off that. We bounce off each other. And so he means incredibly a lot to me, but also this team, this franchise.
Jordan, you've had quite a few offensive coordinators in your time here. Obviously, Kevin Pillow, someone you're familiar with. But what's the process like year in and year out? You kind of have to learn a new offense or learn a new coordinator and sort through the details.
Now I know how Jalen feels. I mean, it's crazy. But thank God there's carryover, but it's no surprise to us in the offensive line room because of the way Coach Stout coaches. And it is extremely difficult at times, but also very easy. And we're pretty lucky to be coached that way because it makes it easier for these scenarios when they play out, when we lose an offensive coordinator, it's easy for us to carry over or learn something new, learn new terminology because of the way we're coached and the fundamentals in that O-line room. So for us, it's not much of a challenge. The only challenge is just getting reps at the new looks or new phrases or terminology, schemes, and that's it.
They may vote on the push play tomorrow.
Now we get into the meat and potatoes.
Yeah. Just curious, the offensive line as a group, how do you guys sort of talk about that? Or do you talk about it that much?
We don't talk about it. They call it, we run it. Simple. We know the technique that we need to do. We know where we need to be.
But as far as them potentially removing it from the game, do you guys?
Nah, man, that's not up to us. And we can't control they rule it or not. What they're ruling the push,
Yeah.
well, I guess we just do it without no push then. I think that's the solution.
Effect would that have, not having the push? I mean,
I don't know. I'm not a Mr. Analytics guy or stats keeper. You might have to look that up, what this conversion rate is. But listen, guys, as in terms of them banning the Tush push, I hate that name, so I hope they do ban it. It's a stupid name. But I can't control that. We can't control it, so we don't even worry about that. Right now, we're just installing our schemes. Whatever KP is installing that day, that's what we're focused on. Because worrying about if they're going to ban the Tush push or not ain't going to win us another championship. Right, what we do every day here matters.
What's Kevin like now that he's in front of the room?
He's awesome. Great communicator. Like, just very detailed, very open, very approachable. So it makes it easy for us to come to him with ideas.
each spring the Eagles have these developmental tackles, and the narrative seems to be, I'm playing at Scotland University, see what happened with Jordan Mailata. How atypical, though, is your story? Like, is it hard to take someone and turn him into a starting caliber offensive line?
I can't speak on that for other people. For me, you have to meet Coach Stout halfway. That's how you become successful. When someone's extending a hand or giving you an olive branch, like, you have to be able and willing to meet him halfway. That's like half the job. If you just, as cliche as it is, if you just do what Coach is telling you to do, You'll be great. Took me a long time to realize that, you know, and just listen to the coaching, take the coaching, and apply it. But you know, to come in that room, it's not about. I love our rookies. This is a great rookie class. Like especially in our O-line room, they work hard. And I told Miles, I told Cameron, and I told Drew. I said, I don't care if you come for my job. Like if you're better than me, you're gonna be better than me. But I'm gonna make it damn hard for you to reach that. But I'm gonna bring you along. I'm not gonna kick you down. I said that's not how it runs here. It's not how we do it. I bring you along because you're gonna make me better. And boy, that boy is pushing me.
Which one?
Both, all three of them. Drew doesn't even play tackle. I watch him run drills. I'm just like, damn, he's good. Damn, he's good.
Why are you willing to have that? We've heard about quarterbacks who won't do that for backups. Why are you willing to do that?
It's the culture that I was welcomed into. You know, why would I shut the door? Yeah, when I came here, JP, Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey, Big V, Isaac Selmalo, Wisniewski, Stefan Wisniewski, man, go down the list, Chance Womack. Those guys just welcomed me in, and they brought me along. So I feel like I owe it to these rookies to bring them along. And I just told them straight up, if you're better than me, I'll vouch for you. But I'm going to make it damn hard. Like, it ain't easy. But good luck.
So that makes you, in turn, a better player as well. Not the culture, but it drives you.
Well, I don't want to be complacent. You know? If I feel like someone's chomping at my heels, it's going to make me run faster.
What do you like about Miles and Cam from a physical standpoint, pushing you?
The effort, the grind. A couple days we had to get on them a little bit. I got them a little bit. Now we're in the second week together, mate. Just the effort they put in the drills, the when they make a mistake, they correct it the next day. Like that is showing that someone is coachable. It's not just the physical side. It's can they learn from their mistakes and can they apply it the next day when we're doing that drill. And mate, Miles and Cam are doing a great job.
How's the competition at right guard looking?
The competition? I didn't realize there was a competition.
Okay, so who's got the job?
Oh, mate, you tell me. The other one.
Well, I mean, Beckton's gone. I'm just saying that, you know.
So who would fill in now?
Asking you, who's been filling?
You should ask Howie. That's a Howie question.
Well, how do you see that position?
It's the same thing.
Replacing Mackay, how's that going?
That's a big loss, replacing Mackay. So those guys know that. And they know that the opportunity is there. Whoever's going to fill in our right guard. I'm not going to give you guys any who's running with the ones or twos. But these guys know that the opportunity, the door is wide open. Now they have to show us every day. They have to be consistent. And right now, it's a tough competition.
What is it like having that stability?
It's a tough competition. I know there's competition. I was being an asshole. I'm sorry. Pardon my language. I was being an asshole. I'm just going to tell you straight. I'm not telling you guys anything.
If I could kind of follow up with that, what was it like, the stability around all the other spots in the offensive line? I mean, 4 guys, you guys are all pretty much entrenched, and then, be able to work in like a different right guard every year. How is that possible, I guess?
Coaching. That's where Stout is like our, what's the term? Golden gun? Silver bullet? I don't know. The American sayings. You have so many. And so, Stout and his coaching is the reason why we're able to, be able to fill in that right guard. Honestly, I feel bad for Lane. Lane does a hell of a job. No one ever talks about that. How many right guards has Lane played next year, and he has stellar performance every year. So, if it wasn't for Stout and Lane being able to adapt and be as great as he is, that is the reason why we're able to fill in that position.
From your perspective, what makes that tough to have to play next to a rotating cast of guards? Trying to think of an analogy. I think, for instance, me and Landon, we have about 10,000 reps together. We count our time when we first started together, practice, OTAs, about 10,000. That's a lot of reps. You know the timing, you get the rhythm, you get the feel. That's very important, and I think it shows on the film. When you don't have that synchronicity, the timing's off, the rhythm's off, the feel's off. But for Lane, he's able to adapt. He's able to find that rhythm with that whoever he's playing next to, And it's the same when Landon's not next to me and Steen's in, or Tyler. Keegan, Trevor. You know, when Trevor's there, like that's the same thing. It's like it's still good, but that rhythm is the feel, the synchronicity is not as synchronized as me and Landon. You know, so.
How did you end up singing Tennessee Whiskey to Chris Stapleton?
Jesus. You know what, man? I appreciate you leaving that as the last question, man. Are we sure we should let that be the last question? Jason Kelsey came in. He was like, hey, you ever met Chris Stapleton? He just tapped me on the shoulder. And I was like, nah. He's like, you want to meet him? I was like, hell yeah. Went down there and met Chris. And he's like, I hear Kelsey telling him about, yeah, like Jordan sang your song for his rookie performance, like rookie song. And Chris was like, yeah, sing me something. I was like, I don't really have my guitar right now. Like, you know, and he's like, that's a shame. And then everyone that we were with was like, you're lying, you can do it a cappella. And I was like, fine, I'll give the people what they want. I was still so nervous. And I just remember, I'm trying to remember the words of how to, you know, start the song. And I look at Chris and I was like, how's it go again? He's like, used to spend my nights. And I was like, all right. And that's how it happened.
Was that one of those moments where, and you look where your journey has taken you and where it hit you?
Yeah, for sure. It didn't really hit me as big as I thought it would. At the time, it did. And then when I don't like making something bigger than it is. But the day after, I was like, yeah, that was pretty cool, for sure. You know, and at the time, all I could think about was, man, if I had butchered it, I think I would have left that concert, gone home and screamed into my pillow and not shown my face for the rest of the year.
You mentioned that the way that Kevin leads a room makes it easy to go to him with ideas.
Yeah.
What's that idea generation like, and what's that experience been like as he's kind of...
Talking about terminology, something that we can clear up to make it easier for all positions. And then also just like scheme-wise, just an idea for a scheme. And we're able to have that open dialogue, and you know, because of our relationship, he can tell us, yeah, that was bad. That's a bad idea. Here's why. But it's not just like not shut down. There's a why, you know. And like, then I learned something that day. I was like, okay, great. Maybe I should just stick to playing that line.